Hi.
Are we live?
We're not live.
Oh.
I record it first and then I post it because sometimes I do stupid things.
Steve Podcast. Screwing up since '89.
So Wednesday we're doing market reports. This is Jason Westcott. Who are you?
Jason Westcott.
I know, but what do you
I'm the
do?
managing broker at Keller Williams Coastal Lakes and Mountains and
Yeah.
the 2024 Stratford County Board President.
Yeah, so he's not my boss, but when I'm in trouble I call him. Not in trouble very often, am I?
No, never.
Never. Okay, all right. Today in New Hampshire we have 2,877 homes for sale.
That's a big number.
That is
Is a live, This is a live video.
okay. That was Tom. He's always needed. Last week we had 2,015 homes for sale.
So we're
This
up.
time we're up 42%, 43%, rounded up. So that's incredible, especially since most of the summer hovered around 1,800 to 1,900, that range. Average days on market is 24 days, 10 medians. So half the homes are selling more than 10 days, and the other half is selling less than 10 days. The median sold price today is $475. Prior 6-month period, so from February 2024 all the way back to August 2023, that was $425 was the median price. So we're still seeing values going up. Really great for sellers. I have a question for you, Jason.
Yeah.
Do you think we're in a bubble?
No.
No. Why not?
Housing shortage.
Okay.
So when you have a housing shortage as we do now, typically you said the average day on market's what, 21?
2024.
24.
Yeah.
So the average market would be called 180.
180.
So when it's at 24, we're still at a seller's market. The problem that we have in the market that we're seeing is that if I want to right size, and I bought my house, let's say in 1995, and I paid $100,000 for it, and let's use, what area do you sell in, Steve? Primarily Stratford?
Seacoast area, yeah.
Seacoast area.
Yeah.
So the average price in the Seacoast area, it gets a little different from Portsmouth to Dover. You go over the bridge, it gets a little higher. But we'll say that the average price in both of those towns for your typical ranch home, 3-bedroom, is around $550. Maybe a little less in Dover, maybe a little bit more in Portsmouth. So we're going to go with $550. The issue that I face is I go, holy crap, Steve, I'm going to make $400,000 from my initial purchase. That's a great investment. The problem is where real estate's gone up. It's gone up on the next sale I buy. So if I'm going to go to a bigger home, which maybe not, the 40% increase is going to be now on a $700,000 price point. So that number's inflated. If I go down, typically that's where I would do better. What right sizing, as we like to call it. The issue with that is not a lot of people are right sizing. A lot of people are staying in their home for tax reasons. They own the home. They don't want to get another mortgage. They don't want to go to 55 plus, maybe pay an HOA fee. A lot of people that own their homes, they're going to stay in them, which is not what we saw reasonably in the years past. People would sell and go to a different style home, a new location, new area. People are staying because of affordability. Affordability is an issue right now. The index in New Hampshire is 74%.
Yeah.
So that's not really great. The reason being is because supply and demand.
Yeah.
We don't have that many, but we have people still coming to the area, whether it's for schooling, education, it could be for jobs, whatever it is. People are coming to this especially this area of the state. It's very close to the Mass border, where people will come over across the border for the cheaper price point and the taxes. So we've always been a hub for real estate, even in 1995. Even in 2005 when the market crashed in between that 5 and 11 market. We didn't see that many sales drop. We're insulated very well here because it's a very old area of the country. There is a lot of old money here. There is a lot of establishment. A lot of people do have family members, but I don't think that we are in a bubble. I think we are in a listing log jam, where it's just funneled and jammed, where people would love to sell their home, but there may be something that they don't want to buy.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's 2,000 homes in the entire state.
Yep, 2,877.
Yeah. The perfect home might be in Coos County, but I don't want to move there. You know what I mean? I like living here in the Seacoast, so there's not a lot of inventory per se for me to sell my home and possibly buy the home that I want. So that leaves guys like you out trying to hunt for new listings, and then that's the conversation you have with people. I'd love to sell, but I can't find.
Right.
That's like it's trickle down effect.
So in Boston right now, the median home price is $1 million, just above $1 million.
Yeah.
So you come north an hour and have a commute
$400,000 less
for half the price, right? Yeah. So one of the questions that I get asked all the time is, are we in a bubble? That's why I wanted to ask you that question.
I would say no. I don't think we are. I think, obviously, we're going to leave this on the table, and we're not going to go much further into this, but presidential elections always affect the real estate market. It always does, right? People are going to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
I do believe you're going to see rates go down. I think that's going to help, right? Every percentage point or quarter of a percentage or half a percentage does help the affordability index, where people can come into
Yeah.
the market and possibly buy. Affordable housing is an issue in New Hampshire, always has been. There's just not a lot of homes that are affordable to buy for your first-time home buyer. Your first-time home buyer buys the condo seller buys the ranch seller buys the colonial. That's typically, and then it goes up, and then they go back down, right? Because they don't want the maintenance.
What do you think would happen to the market if zoning opened up in different towns? I know
You are getting deep.
I know, like in Dover, I think 38% of the town is R40 zone
Yeah.
rural. So you need an acre plus to build.
Yeah.
I think in Barrington, don't quote me on this. I want to say it's 3 acres, but I'm not.
It's 2 to 3
It's
depending
two-
on the area.
Yeah.
So the issue that you're going to have with housing and when it comes to the towns is that you got to remember that every time a house gets built, that's an impact on the town.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're an educator. You know this, that every time a 4-bedroom colonial goes up, 2 children move into that home. What that home pays for taxes does not offset the maintenance costs of the road that it lives on, the infrastructure of the town, and the 2 kids to go to that school. So typically, when you have your 6-bedroom home, your last kid goes to college. What do you typically want to do? You want to sell it. So the issue that you have is that so many people are coming to this area that, like for instance, Dover just built the new high school.
Yep.
2019 they closed it during COVID. 2021 I think they opened it back up, and
It's too small.
it's too small.
It's too small.
Brand new school. It's
Yeah.
too small. So there's been so much building, and then more people. Let's just be honest. It's more fire. It's more police. It's more road maintenance. Night crew, plow guys, that sort of stuff. So the towns want to stop that, and how they stop that is, I'm going to be honest. I'm from Mass. Everybody wants more housing, but nobody wants Boston, right? Nobody wants it in their backyard. So the towns, they make these ordinances that you have to have so much land to build. They also make ordinances on a height rule. You don't see a
Yeah.
lot of big buildings here
Yeah.
because of fire. That's the big
We've
reason
got a
for that.
big condo project going on just off of Fisher Street in Dover right
Yep.
now. That,
Yep.
and it was interesting because the planning board was like, maybe we need to rethink our zoning.
Well,
So,
the
yeah,
state's
but-
pushing that. Sununu, the Realtor Association, they're all pushing that. The impact fees are, cluster subdivisions, density metering, meaning, how many homes you can put on 80 acres of land. They want a lot of that to change. But at the end of the day, I see one side of as a property owner, I see the side where I don't want, I love the woods of New Hampshire. I look out the back window of my house, it's conservation land. It's beautiful. It's great, but on the other side, I also, as an agent and knowing the area, that we do have a housing shortage. So it's that push-pull, and people in the town do what the people vote, or at least they're supposed to. Whether they do or not, that's all. But there is a lot of laws in every town, right from ADUs to apartments to multifamilies to what can and can't be done. The National Association of Realtors, the New Hampshire Association of Realtors, they're really pushing to advocate against the towns on a lot of it, because a lot of it is crazy. One of the towns is requiring, if you have an ADU, you got to have 4 parking spots. Typically, an ADU is for an in-law, right? You don't need 4 parking spots to have your mom live with you. Just saying. So a lot of it doesn't make sense, but a lot of it is attorney mumbo jumbo. So
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
So no bubble. You want a house, buy it now.
Well,
Don't wait.
real estate typically doubles every 7 to 10 years. We're seeing it doubling every 3 to 5. Is that trend going to keep going? I don't know, but I will say it will double every 10 years. That's been an ongoing trend since 1968 when they started tracking real estate, especially in New Hampshire. And you have access to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to see that, Steve can send it to you.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
I got to go help Alice. Clearly.
All right. I'm so excited about
Young man.
contract classes.
Have a good one.
So, bye.